Today I want to talk about topic of common sense and common knowledge. You might be asking me, why are we talking about this? Like, I got common sense. I got common knowledge. Like, who you think you are? You think I'm stupid? Well, first thing I gotta say, at this point, it's common knowledge to know that this generation doesn't have common sense or common knowledge. You might be like, nah, come on. Still think you're all smart, how almighty. Let me show you a few clips.
He's gonna do it. Oh no. No.
If we're going 80 miles an hour,
Yeah.
how long does it take to go 80 miles?
30 minutes.
30 minutes?
I would assume there's like traffic, so maybe longer.
Our destination is 80 miles, and we're going 80 miles an hour. It's going to take 30 minutes.
Let's just say that there's a lot of traffic.
Can you name 3 countries besides the USA?
I suck at history. I was like, my worst subject. Can we do like science?
No,
I
no.
suck at history.
Any three, you know this.
A country? Oh my jeez, this is terrible. Oh my god. A country. Wait, besides the U.S.?
Yeah.
Ah! I'm sorry, I can't.
Alright, it's fine.
I can't do.
What the fuck? Not one out of all the fucking countries. Not one. Still want to disagree with me now? You might be saying, those could be actors or fake. But still, if you look on just YouTube alone, there's so many of these videos, not all of them could be fake. And every single one of those videos is always a younger person, always doing something so stupid. So, I thought I'll explain it. So, first, let's run down through the definitions. Common knowledge is something known by most people, right? And pretty simple. So, to open a door, you need to turn the doorknob. It could be even something just in your car that you should just commonly know. Like, oh, my car takes gasoline. Or just takes diesel. Something like that. Something you should know for everyday use. When everyone should know for everyday use too. Common sense, a little more complicated, is just having good sense and judgment. So basically, knowing what's reasonable and what makes sense in certain things. Like, for example, when you're trying to push in a screw, you don't use a hammer, you use a screwdriver. I can mostly put in the common knowledge. Or respecting your elders, right? Just common sense, you're supposed to respect them, right? And it's also common knowledge. They a lot of times they intertwine, but there's examples with it being both involved, you can say. Some not. A lot of common sense is just common knowledge you should know. Also, it's just common sense. Well, So I just want to explain. You might be like, okay, you're saying this, but why do I need it so much? Well, first of all, it's just very good to have and good to know, because to help you navigate your life easier. Because the more knowledge you know, the more stuff you're varied in, more stuff you know in general, and more things you can do, and more you have in common with people. Because common knowledge, if you know a shit ton of common knowledge, then you know a lot of stuff you can talk about with a lot of people. Like getting your oil changed, right? Knowing how to do it. You can talk with someone who's poor and has a shitty, like, 1980 Honda or something. And you can talk that to the same guy who has, like, the newest Ferrari. That's like a rich guy in the stock market. is good to know. And for common sense, it's good to know in many situations. It'll help you think much clearer. Be like, okay, I should be doing this. This is better judgment. Like, for example, you have a problem. Like, your friend is going through some issues. Like, they broke up with their boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, right? Having some mental problems. You know, it's good common sense to say, you know, to be nice to them, help them out, right? Obviously, there's way worse situation where this will even apply to, but that's a nice everyday one, right? So those are some, general examples. I'm trying to really just nail this in, how this goes into everyday and how it can actually help. But now you might be asking me, how do I improve on this? Well, common knowledge is simple. Just learn life skills. Sit there, learn to clean. Just if you like live with your parents still, you're a kid in high school. Shit, even if you're an adult, call your mom, be like, yo, I don't know how to clean my house. Can you tell me how? I don't know. Or cooking. Cooking is a better example. Yeah, I don't know how to cook. Can you give me some recipes? Right? Talk to someone who's older. Like, they know a lot of older people know a bunch of life skills, even if they're literally 30 and you're like 29. They will still know like maybe one or two life skills you didn't know. Do that. Find out stuff you should normally know, like how to change the oil in your car. I'm saying a lot, but I hope you get it. Common sense is something a little more trickier to improve because it's more about your mental and morals kind of add into it a little bit. So, common sense, you'd be like someone with, like for example, your dog is sick, right? Some people's common sense would be just shoot the dog, get out of his misery. Others common sense be like, no, let them live out, maybe they'll survive, even though they're hurting, there's a chance. Well, that's more morals, and I don't want to touch that. And also, a lot of different places have different common sense. Because common sense is just like, just like your judgment, You mostly learn that from the people around you. So if you want to have better judgment, learn what people could do in situations, learn what you should do in situations, and kind of improve on that. It's also something that's like not the biggest efficiency, but it's generally good to do over time, because later on in life, you're gonna have to, use these skills, because these are not like something you learn in high school and then just go on it. It's not like you're taking a chemistry class and then right after becoming an engineer and never do anything about it again. This is the thing, you would take your common knowledge and common sense for the rest of your life. So, you could take your life to learn this, but it's better to know and learn earlier and find out a start than it is to do it 70 years down the line and realize there's so many things I should have known. There's so many things I could have saved if I didn't fuck up and if I just knew this. Like everyone knew this and I just didn't. In life, it's always better to start earlier. But that's a whole other video. So, basically wraps it up. Thank you everyone for watching. Again, love your brother, love your mama, and improve every day. Thank you for watching.